Last time on Dicefall, and everyone dies.
No. You're not all going to look at somebody else and assume that they're going to take the fall for it.
Nicodemus Patrocles.
He's just gonna freeze. I'm worried. Yes. He's not even gonna turn around.
You are a difficult man to find. Nicodemus, we think that this is not necessarily the wisest option.
Yeah, well, I've got stuff going on, so you can chill. What I'm going with. Yeah, chill.
Then we will chill for, let's be generous, 5 days. And then we will utilize our forceful extraction order. Welcome back to Dice Fall and Everyone Dies. I'm your GM Chris, and today let's talk about conventions. To be more precise, about how health issues have affected conventions during, pandemic threats. The year 2020 may go down as one of the most tumultuous years in history, if only for being the first singularity between technology, social media, and world-moving events. Extraordinarily bad years happen, but this is the first time we've had 1 billion people with recording technology and near instantaneous information transfer between those devices. When injustice or tragedy strike, the likelihood of it being recorded and disseminated is extraordinarily high, as well as every hot take, smartass remark, ignorant position, or the rare nuanced commentary. The year 2020 exemplifies how people and technology deal with information and events, as well as how they scale from this local to global simulation, as well as how they scale from the local to global. In between the local and global is the regional, which most conventions fall into. Large gatherings, like concerts, religious services, movie screenings, and conventions have been shut down, canceled, or have transformed themselves. No matter how terrible the year, though, human ingenuity can help bring people together. Organizers have leveraged Discord servers, video conference platforms, virtual tabletops, streaming platforms, and internet retail shops to form a simulacra of convention experience. The transition from physical to digital is a monumental task executed by unsung teams of people working all for the benefit of their communities, and I applaud their efforts. Once the fear of viral transmission recedes, and they will recede, every convention that jumped headfirst into building a digital footprint will reap the benefits of greater access and exposure. I cannot understate the impact that these digital community lifelines have had for people who feel isolated from their friends and family. Positivity, friendship, and community are the hallmarks of a great convention and are much needed as the terrible 20s strike. Oh, and I'm claiming that now. This decade will be called the terrible 20s, and we will need to bulwark every community against the tide of events in our future. Technology will only go so far, though. Some things cannot be replicated properly when a physical gathering is not taking place. Random cosplays, spontaneous conversations, and cringe, the vibrating thrum of activity and excitement, these subtle things coalesce into the essence of a convention experience. Those are the reasons fans still go to arenas for sports as well as concerts. Religious services feel different when in congregation. Conventions behave differently when 10,000 people bustle around each other with a common cause. There's also risks. Bad actors pick at the fringes of large gatherings, and convention stink is real, as is con crud. We can reduce the impact of those negatives, but they can't go away because our communities are made of diverse, thinking, and living people who make mistakes and say dumb things and sometimes have been alone for too long. While we find ourselves distant from each other, we have an opportunity to look deep into what we want from our gatherings and study what we presently lack. That lesson can help inform how we want to treat others as well as ourselves the next time that we can shake hands and bump elbows and swap hugs. A ton about 2020 sucks. We couldn't meet our friends at Gen Con or PaizoCon. Fear and violence have been visited upon neighborhoods in need of care and attention. People feel separated, lost, angry, and scared. But every negative has a story of someone reaching out, a dollar donated to feed the hungry, a fist raised against unjust action, a voice calling to someone who needed to hear "I love you," a repair team keeping lights on, a podcast to help you think about something else for a while. Conventions are a huge part of the culture around games and media. They help define our community and allow us to express and live out our shared values. As our lives have taken on a digital and physical blend of personality, so too will our conventions. The terrible 20s will fade into memory, but we can make the best memories now in the face of the adversity, surrounded by our friends and their avatars. I want to give a huge shout out to our patrons who help support our podcast. Your support helps keep this podcast free for everyone who needs an escape from the torrent of events around them. A new episode of Gang Goes to Galarion dropped exclusively for our patrons last week, and the next one will be ready here in another couple weeks. The release of the Advanced Player's Guide is going to have a huge impact on that game, and I can't wait till we get to record another episode. It's going to be fun. If you want to help support the podcast, you can join our patrons using the links in the description, or you can share the podcast with your friends. We appreciate everything you do as we tell the story of Taffy, Steno, Kazlin, and Deimos, and their journey into the Age of Ashes. Let's see how they're doing.
I'm going to use my last level 3 spell slot and put Invisibility Sphere on us again.
Boop.
Let's go back. Okay. And we head to the Pickled Deer to follow Deimos.
So, Deimos, you're in the Pickled Deer. What do you want to do?
He's going to locate Roxy.
Howdy, Deimos. Why are you shushing me for? They don't can hear you over the din of this going on here. Pippin's out for keeping it all nice and right.
He's going to lean in close, like, I'm going to go through the tunnel in the back. Don't let anybody go through there. Except like, my friends.
So, Pippin's out finally told you how they were getting in here all the time, didn't they?
Well, I knew that, but somebody's been following me, so don't let anybody that you don't know.
Well, watch out, we just installed a puppy door.
Okay, and he's going to dash downstairs as quick as he can.
So you get over to the drawstring pool and you realize that now the door is got kind of a double set of feature. So there's the primary trapdoor, and then it looks like there's another door about the size of what a large dog could be able to get through.
Oh my
Then
God.
when you do your first lift up, you actually lift up that initial trapdoor and you have to pull up even larger to get the other one. And you see that it looks like where before you had kind of like this really rough set of stairs go down. At this point, you now have like a basic ramp down into this area of a sub-basement beneath where the standard one is.
Okay.
It looks like they've been using this area pretty often. Give me a perception check.
21.
And as you're looking around, you happen to see an unusual scattering. You see copper coins, silver coins, glass, small bits, and this little mark where you actually see "Here be dragons"
Oh no.
Oh, they made a new stash. Okay.
and "Here be wargs."
Oh.
Well, okay, that's kind of cute, but let's.
And
get
then another
into the
one
tunnel.
that says "We are the Wreckers."
Oh no.
But they didn't spell Wreckers correctly. Instead of using a W, they just went straight R.
Cute.
Okay, he's gonna just go for the tunnel.
All right. And so with the tunnel, you find yourself coming out into the area of the crypts where the records and the like were kept, where y'all initially found that tapestry with all of the gold pins and bits on it. And you find yourself in the crypts.
Okay, it should be relatively safe down there because we cleared everything out.
Yep.
Let's go on upstairs.
It is a little creepy because you've got the whole former undeath motif going on there, but you see that everything has been made spick and span. It is spotless. All of the headstones have been put back. You can see that there's even different types of tags put in where it looks like someone has gone in and correlated all the records of where bones were placed and names were placed into there.
Yes,
You also
Taffy
have-
Stano is very meticulous.
You see heraldry is put in a couple different places.
Is this what you did in your time?
I mean, it's
Yeah,
detailed.
probably.
It got laid, apparently.
Every room of the Citadel.
Ah.
No.
Hope not. Anyway,
Not enough time has passed. There's a lot of rooms.
uh,
I'm tired of all of you.
he's going to go upstairs and try to find either Alec or Stano.
And so you get to the main hall to where the stairs are right outside of what used to be the former war room. And you see that there's a gathering of goblins. It looks like they're having a small dispute back and forth.
Okay, can I find out what they're doing?
Yeah, so you wade into it. No, we should have been going out and taking care of... What were we supposed to be taking care of again? Yeah, we were supposed to be going out and doing the hunting this time. Supposed to go ahead and go... They said we'll just take through the secret door. You don't go through a door that's supposed to be secret when you've got a set of stairs. But the stairs are shorter on the secret door. Doesn't matter, just go up the doors. They spent all the time unclogging them for us. It seems as though they're arguing in front of the stairway, which is the best route to go out and go hunting.
Okay. Doesn't really concern him, so he's just going to pat one of them on the head as he passes by.
Well, you'll have to do something because they're literally blocking the stairway.
Oh, great. It's like, hey, guys.
Damos, you solved this problem. Which is the best way? Do you go up the stairs to go hunting, and so that you have to go out the front of the keep every time, or do we go out the secret door?
Go out the secret door. That's a good spot.
But then it's not secret anymore, Damos.
Well, you're going to be using it all the time?
We go hunting all the time. Do you know what Yagi's been doing to try to get everyone rebuilt up? We have to have a lot of protein on the table because we can't have the bear anymore. And that hasn't saved us anywhere near enough resources. And you know what? Alec is a really hard trainer and he has us doing sit-ups and push-ups all the time to get trained. And you know what? You gotta bulk up on your protein for that. And so we have to go through there a lot. It wouldn't remain secret for very long. Are you just going to put a sign out there? They already drew rainbows halfway down a way.
Go upstairs then.
Which is what I'm saying. But it's so much further. And you have to drag the carcass all the way down. We get yelled at with the bloodstains every time.
Excuse you, Stano does not yell at the goblins.
That doesn't mean Alec doesn't complain about the
That's
bloodstains.
That's fair.
Well,
Taffy just thinks they're eccentric.
go
Does
on
Stano hear
upstairs.
this-
It won't be a problem.
This din.
Give me a society check.
Society check?
Well, Damos to resolve the issue.
Oh.
24.
24?
Yeah.
So with your words and your quick thinking and logic, you're able to convince them that properly keeping things clean and going up the appropriate route is the best way to solve this issue, to not be lazy.
Yeah.
Solid.
And so you're able to get back up into the keep. Stano, Alec has completed the set of forms. Where would you like him to place them?
Roll for society. No, I'm just kidding.
You realize that he's filled out a couple of the forms upside down. He literally rolled a natural one.
Oh, Alec.
So he just looked at this page, saw that it was upside down, and just kept writing anyway.
It was one of those where it looks like he thought it was a continuation of one of the pages. And so he was absent. He was looking at one page on one side and writing on the other. And he thought the form would be the same one, but he actually should have flipped it over and not flipped to a new one. And Stano discovers this like halfway through, doing her double check.
How many of these has he done this on?
So you notice that it looks like it is one of the forms out of the stack of 20. You also realize that that's one of the accounting requisition forms, and it probably would have cost the keep about 50 gold if you had let it go through. It was a natural one.
Just put it on the desk, and I'll finish looking over later. I'm
Excellent.
going to go take a walk.
Is there something I need to complete?
No, you're fine.
Shall I take a walk with you?
Yes, but it's not that kind of walk.
So I'm supposed to walk beside you, not behind you in this
Yes.
case.
Shut up!
Excellent. Hopefully they haven't drawn anything else on the walls.
I'm just surprised they got it done so fast.
We have.
Wait,
Are they back in the Citadel
I would
already?
imagine at this point, right?
So y'all finished up the paperwork. Y'all are probably a couple beats behind Damos. When Kazlin and Taffy are coming up through, they see the goblins beginning to form up their little hunting party to begin heading up with their small sets of spears. And it's a little odd, but you see that they have the equivalent of goblin greatswords.
That's adorable. I love it.
So you know that they have the dog slicers, and you know that they have horse choppers. They're calling their great swords the warg choppers, because the idea is that they can then chop through the hardest of their enemies. Sid is giving me such a frowny face right now.
Not all wargs are good, Sid. In fact, most aren't.
No, I was just remembering why they have orc choppers in the first place.
Yeah. So does Stanos see these three looking out of breath
And so the first one that you encounter is Deimos coming out into the courtyard, and you see Deimos up out of the stairs in the center of the courtyard, which is getting, moving closer and closer to being manicured and getting ready for the agricultural projects that you have set up. So the kind of beds are already beginning to start. And you see him as you're coming along one of the hallways, and he is terribly out of breath. Deimos, you're in the courtyard. What do you want to do?
Can I do something like a perception check to see if I can locate anyone?
Yeah.
13?
Well, they're definitely not out in the courtyard. You take a quick look up at the battlements, and you see a couple of the goblin volunteers up in the battlements kind of keeping a lookout. You see one of them is doing something really, really stupid along one of the battlements.
Oh, boy.
They've got a rope tied, and they're trying to see if they can swing from, like, one corner of the battlements to the other.
Oh, no.
Just gonna look up, and it's like, that's a problem for later.
He spots you when at that same point, and so at the bottom part of the swing that he's getting to the battlements, he looks, but that's the point that he then kind of skids and he begins rolling along each side of the battlement. He's a little skinned up from that, and he drops down from that, takes a couple of points of damage from that one, falls on his butt.
I love goblins.
Oh, hi, Deimos. What you doing?
Just coming in. Should you be doing that?
We're practicing in case we ever get hung up here by growlodons again.
I don't think that's a problem. Be safe.
Well, I was until you distracted me.
That doesn't look safe at all.
Well, it would have been epic if I'd made it all the way across.
Just be safe, please.
You too!
Okay.
And it's about this point that Bread and Taffy make it up behind Deimos. And spilling out behind you happens to be a small hunting party of goblins.
Do you know there were 5 people following you?
No, I assumed there was one.
Who sent these people after you? Why are people chasing you?
Okay, I don't know who's following me. I don't know.
I look at the goblins who are around.
We're moving the keep into alert status. I want eyes on every corner of this keep until otherwise notified.
This is a practice. Oh yeah, this is definitely a practice they put him.
But when I was over at the Shaylin Temple, you said Twilight Guards? That's what they're called?
Can I
Twilight
roll
Knights.
a perception? Because Stanos saw that Deimos is in the courtyard.
Oh, at this point, as soon as you heard the faint along the walls as that poor goblin basically did this dirty roll across, and Caslin was very kind of voluminous, telling him what to do, and you see this out of the corner.
She's heading into the courtyard.
So you're moving along the corridors there. The goblin who had fallen on his keister is quickly scrambling up the steps, and he's taking it's kind of like a stick. He's treating it a lot like a baton, and he's tapping each of the goblins on the head to kind of make sure that they're roused up. It's like, high alert, ting, 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 ting. And he'll hit like each one once or twice in the head to make sure that they're alert. And you hear the ting, 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 ting running around. Apparently, he hasn't found the bell yet.
What's going on?
I was at the Shaylin Temple, and Twilight Knight approached me. I think my parents sent them, and they
What's
said
your
they're going
society?
29.
Okay, continue.
They said they were going to like fucking forcibly extract me or something in like 5 days, and then I left, and there was somebody following me, and according to Taffy, there was fucking 5 people following me.
Were they also Twilight Knights?
I don't know. What did your
We didn't get a good look, but
Diego?
We know there's at least one Twilight Knight, though.
right.
At least one Twilight Knight and then 5 spies? Scouts?
Presumably not Eagle Knights. They tend to make a lot of noise when they come in.
No, these guys were pretty good at staying out of
out of line.
So we can assume there are probably around
Sight.
6 Twilight Knights in the town right now, coming to extract Deimos.
Yeah.
Are you wanting to go home?
I told him no.
Then absolutely not.
So what do we do?
The Citadel is prepared. I can tell Caslin's already put the goblins on high alert.
Do the goblins have a sort of like military structure? Like, is there like a general versus, or how does that? What is there?
They're tribal.
So Alec has been teaching them an awful lot of drills, and they are doing it poorly, but they are trying so hard. They are beginning to kind of pick up the strictures of it. The style of living they did before was very much the communal tribe structure. And while that kind of remains the core of when they are down in their den area and really when communicating with each other, everyone who goes on to volunteer duty is kind of acting a little bit like, at this point you would expect of kind of a normal human conscript. And when you put that into goblin terms, that means that they would be acting the equivalent of a chivalrous knight.
Cute. Is there a goblin near Stano?
Presently, there is one party of a couple spear bearers as well as warg choppers getting ready to go out for hunting.
Alright, she's gonna tag one of them. One of you, before you go out for the hunt, let you know what's going on.
We don't know what bed she's under,
That's a good point.
but we'll try to find her. It'll be part of the hunt. Great training.
Don't attack her.
Oh, well, we don't have a bugbear chopper, so
The
that
last
makes
time
sense.
she threw one of you into the hallway. I know you think it's great fun, but it stresses me out.
Yes, ma'am. And so they go off trying to find Yolecha.
Taffy, you have
Yes.
alarm, correct?
Yes.
What's the distance on that?
20-foot burst. So, we could alarm like Deimos's room or something, but we wouldn't be able to.
Could we alarm Deimos?
We
Static area.
It has to, it has to be a
we could
secondary.
alarm like a certain part of a battlement that a goblin is at, and then if they see something, they can like trip the alarm, and then we would
Quick
know.
question: Is there's only that one path up to the Citadel, right?
If you count the secret passage, 2 paths.
We'll alarm the secret passage. Just the entrance directly into the Citadel.
Okay.
Wait, so what is all the hubbub?
Twilight Knights are coming for Deimos.
Twilight Knights?
Tell us more about these Twilight Knights.
They're spies from Andoran. They're like lion blades.
But there's no Twilight Princess?
I don't believe they have a female commander, no.
Although it's Andorans, they can have whatever they want.
Plus, they don't really buy into the whole prince-princess thing.
No,
I mean, the closest thing they have to a prince is, well, Deimos.
they're too good for that.
Andorans are weird.
It's that whole Democratic Republic shtick they've got going. They've taken a few lessons
What do you
from
mean
Galt.
you're their equivalent of a princess, Deimos?
Sorta. Like, my dad's important.
Explain yourself.
My dad's important. Like, I shouldn't have left Endoran without a guard. Kind of important.
I thought he was just a senator.
I mean, technically.
You didn't do anything as foolish as actually, like, reading and carrying his notes and any of that jazz, did you?
What?
Well, I mean, if you essentially have state secrets at your disposal, you're essentially a walking security break.
Yes, I am.
Deimos!
What? I tried sending them. Well, okay.
And if you sent,
Apparently, I was sending letters without postage. That was my problem.
What are you, 12?
I don't know. I was compromised at the time. I haven't sent letters in ages.
You're compromised now.
Well, thanks.
Regardless, we'll handle this.
how long did they give you, Deimos?
5 days, and they said they'd forcibly extract me.
I know what I'm gonna do. And she runs down to the
For a
thing.
moment there, I was terrified she was about to cast a fireball.
That solves
Actually,
the problem,
she
I feel.
starts to run towards the portal room, but then she comes back. Kaz, I need you.
Okay.
Let's go. We're gonna go work on the portal.
Ah, she's going to see about the portals. They can't track them if all of a sudden Deimos is half a world away.
That's fair. That's
She yells
fair.
as she's running.
Yes, but we can't leave quite yet.
Taffy casts message.
Yes, we can. Paperwork can wait. You can reply to this message.
I know how message works, Taffy.
Don't leave me on
That's
red.
your reply.
I'm waiting for someone.
Well, how long do you think they're going to take to get here?
I'm not. She's traveling by unconventional means, so I have no idea.
Well, hopefully it's
Give me
soon.
a society check.
19.
By your expectation, should be here within the next couple days.
A few days.
Well, hopefully less than 5.
We'll handle it. What's a few Twilight Nights?
A problem.
What?
I'm not there anymore, so.
Alright, so with Kazalin and Taffy, since this is a new day and a different time, let's go ahead and have another check. And so this would be an Arcana check about repairing Hunter Gate. And so this would be part of your Identify Magic ability.
26.
So you're pretty sure that whatever's causing the damage is not the gate itself, but is probably something from within the gate that has made the portal kind of go askew. You think that with this, you should be able to make headway on repairing the gate, but you need to be able to. It's kind of an alteration that you need to do to some of the rune structure. How proficient are you at crafting?
Well, I'm not trained in it, but. I
So
have a
not
plus-
not proficient in crafting.
I have a +4.
From what you know, that even at your best work, that you need someone who is trained in at least some aspect of stonework and crafting to be able to make the adjustments that you've identified.
Stano has a +11. Stano's an expert.
You can guide them in doing it, but you need someone who is adept at working with the tool set. Unless Kazlin has crafting.
Well, no.
You think maybe someone with a thieves ability might be able to do it as well.
Oh, well, I have that.
Do you have thievery?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to give it a shot?
Sure. Come on,
Can I
Bessie.
assist because I'm telling him how to do it?
Are you trained in thievery?
I'm not trained in thievery, but you said I
So
can
you're
assist.
providing the base information that he's following.
Here.
Ah, thank you, Kazlin. You never know when it might save your life.
Natural 20
Yay!
plus 11.
Damn.
So you begin working along the scroll work, and as you begin finishing the last of the work upon it, you do a quick test run of the gate itself, and it initially starts off with this crimson shimmer of swirling flame, but then that wavers and it gets this kind of back and forth wobbly visual effect that you've heard, you think, described on the dusty roads. You've seen it a couple times, like whenever you see that shimmer across heated water, or definitely heated cobblestones.
Like a mirage
Very much like a mirage. And that gives way to a golden misty cascade running down through the portal. As you kind of put a hand in to try to wave the mist away, it immediately kind of coalesces back. And from what you can tell, it appears as though that you have fully realigned this portal, and it is now active again.
Which portal is this?
This is the one to the Mwangi.
Taffy has called it Hunter's Gate.
Ooh, it's...
Good and bad.
Yeah, metagaming here. Bad.
So, it's open. Do you want to do anything about it right now, or
We're
do you
gonna
want to sit
close
on
it.
it? So, the gate itself remains active for a few minutes after you take away the arrow, about 10 minutes or so. And as you kind of watch it, you don't see anything coming through. And then after the time span, the mystical energy kind of...
We're gonna need to station somebody on this gate to watch it at
Mhm.
all times, just to make sure that we have an alarm. But now we have a way out.
Man, I was so hoping one of y'all would natural one on that. I really was. This had a critical failure effect of basically a fireball.
Great.
So what happens when you...
Glad we didn't.
I know.
Mr. Murder Pants.
What? It's a great trap. But no, now you've got it perfectly fixed. Safe passage to the Mwangi. It's fine.
Safe.
Yeah, no, it's safe. It's fine. It's fine. But you now have an escape route for Deimos secured.
Just gonna Sparta kick him into it.
Rude.
Is there anything else that y'all would like to partake for the rest of this day? Taffy has run through quite a few spells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Taffy is gonna go to bed after she makes sure that they have a watch set up on the gate so that nothing comes through.
Did we block the cave access to Alcetta's ring?
Nope.
We might need to think about doing that.
Maybe also set up a watch there.
Yeah. Or
Who
at
do
least-
you trust to watch the gate room?
Is Renali still living down there?
Renali could do it for you.
Renali's probably just gonna, well...
Could we also ask the door warden?
The door warden guards the door to that one space. That is what he is
We can't
coded
make
to
him
do.
do anything else?
Are you trained, at least expert in Arcana with your crafting?
No.
Then probably not.
I got a +1 to Arcana.
Ouch.
Could we team up?
You want to try?
No.
No, don't do it.
Do you think he's gonna fight us?
I don't know. A construct that is specifically to guard a door suddenly being tampered with on a magical and crafting level might go into a self-defense mode.
Yeah, let's just ask Renali to keep an eye on it. She doesn't have to fight him if anything happens, just to come get us.
You get a hold of Renali. She's got a very web motif going on in her quarters. Wait, so the gate is active again?
Yes, we're taking a few days to prepare.
Excellent.
But
I can make my own final preparations as well. I finally get to go home.
If you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the gate down there.
Of course.
We're trying to handle a situation up here, and then we'll be moving forward.
I will grab some of my friends and we will take care of it.
Oh, her friends, giant spiders.
At this point, very useful giant spiders.
Yeah.
So
No, I made a couple goblin friends. They
Oh,
like using
fantastic.
They like using some of my silk for ropes and doing their little bungee game.
There's also
Oh,
the
no.
Tixatog. We could always talk to her.
That vile thing.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, but we could have the Texatog guard the cave entrance.
Yes, but we'd have to ride out there.
I'll go.
You have to rest because your spells.
Yeah, but Texatog seemed to like me okay. And we don't have to ride out there, do we?
It loves gnomes.
Oh god, never mind.
Never mind.
You do remember it was a gnomish body that y'all had found.
I know. Although, I mean, do we really have to, like, appoint it to guard? Because, like, I mean, it's probably going to do that anyway.
Yeah, it's fair. What Stana will do after telling Renali and after Taffy's getting ready to go to bed, she's probably going to take a horse out and kind of ride around the perimeter, see if she sees anything unusual.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Probably take Greaves with her.
Excellent.
I'm not looking at my perception. There it is. 29.
As you're doing your ride about, you can tell that along the pathway up that there's at least one observer. They find they're kind of up in the way, they're hidden. It's hard to tell if they're in an offensive stance, but they are definitely observing.
The horse has a 40 gallop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
They are up in the trees.
Like up in the tree?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're using one of these majestic ancient trees as a space at which to peer out over onto Citadel all-terrain in the mountains. How does Stena feel about a tree being used against her?
What's a climb check? Is that acrobatics or
That's athletics.
Yeah, Stana's gonna go over there.
All right. Are you going to go over there stealthily, or are you just going
Oh
to
no,
gallop
she's
up?
just gonna go over there.
All right, so you're in front of the tree. You think it's up there. You're pretty sure you've got a bead on the person that's there. Not saying a word presently.
Can we assist you in any way? I do see you.
I climbed up and I can't get down.
Alright, hang on.
You're pretty sure he's lying.
no, she wasn't pretty sure.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
The obvious tree climbing gear was the dead giveaway.
I'm sure those ropes could assist you.
Oh, these things, that's what they're called.
It's a very bad liar.
Come down.
You can tell that has an Andoran accent.
Are you one of the Twilight Knights?
What are Twilight Knights?
They're so bad at
I'm
wants
I'm
to
just a very
sound
bad logger.
As Chilaxian as possible? Just this... You think someone from Cheliax doesn't know what a Twilight Knight sounds like?
Apparently they sound like a fucking idiot.
He is
Yeah.
rolled really bad. Oh yeah, these ropes. I totally remember how to use this grappling hook now. And you see that he has thrown the grappling hook to another tree and is getting ready to try to Tarzan across to another tree.
She doesn't have a ranged weapon.
You could always pick up a rock.
And just peg it at him.
Yes, do it!
Yeah, okay.
So he begins trying to do his swing from one tree to the other. Roll your d20 to try to peg.
What do you add to that?
That would
Your
be
strength?
your ranged attack. And so that would typically be your dexterity.
Okay, so that's going to be Dex plus proficiency.
Yep, because you would be
Which
trained in
is-
rocks.
Trained in rock.
And technically, you would be an expert at throwing rocks.
That's a 25.
So he's swinging by, and, you know, you've done a lot of propellant checks with Alec because he keeps trying to get so much better at his javelin throwing. And so you've been trying to get, you know, show him the ropes of being how to throw him better. And then you just pick up this rock and then peg this dude right in the head as he's swinging by, and it just jolts him.
And these are supposed to be like the elite of the Andorran military, right?
Hopefully he's a contractor.
Oof.
And so you peg him, and he slips down his rope about 5 feet before he catches back on to it. And instead of getting to where he would likely get into another branch, he is thonk right into the side of the tree trunk at
Like
this point.
George of the Jungle?
George of the
Oh,
Jungle
man.
style. And then just kind of slides down the remaining 5 feet. Looks very dazed.
Now, do you want to maybe express the reason why you're currently spying on a citadel owned by an archduke's daughter?
You're really good at throwing rocks.
I absolutely am.
That's gonna leave a knot.
You're also really terrible at lying.
Yeah, that's why they don't have me talk to people. Ow. Archduke?
Greaves, on him.
Oh,
Oh, hi. That's not a wolf.
That is a warg.
Huh. I see.
She is going to get down and tie him up.
So, do you have a weapon on you?
Yes.
Excellent. Roll initiative.
Okay.
oh shit.
I can guarantee he goes last.
Oh, did he roll a 1?
He rolled a 1.
That is a 25.
You go first, second, third, and then he goes last.
All right.
Is this an act of war?
I don't know. Is it an act of war?
No, probably not.
Maybe if
All right,
y'all are in
Steno.
Cheliax, but since you're in
Yeah.
Isker, it's complicated.
So he's still prone, right?
He is presently on his butt, and he is flat-footed.
So she doesn't want to full-scale attack him. She mostly just wants to get him tied up and basically take him back to the Citadel. So would that be a grapple?
That would be a grapple.
That's athletics, right?
It would be. Part of the grapple,
I don't know why I'm not rolling.
you'd
my
be
dice
doing
straight.
a manipulate check that's there.
That's a 37.
Oh my god.
That's not a
Okay.
37. That's a 27.
Oh, okay.
I'm bad with these 10s.
So you got your arms around him. From what you can tell, he is not near as strong as you, but he's definitely more wiggly than you. But you presently have him grappled.
I'm trying to think of the way to do this without killing him.
Typically, that would be called non-lethal damage.
She can only do that with her fist.
To punch him in the head while you're
Oh wait,
grappled.
no, she's okay, so she's gonna bring out her war flail and she's gonna like crack him on the head with the pommel. Does that make sense?
So you're going to grapple him. So the thing about it is since you tried to grapple him first, you have to release the grapple to draw your weapon.
Ah, fuck.
Can you have Greebs bite him in the junk?
Can I have Greaves bite him in the junk?
You can have Greaves make an attack.
I don't have Greaves' info.
Do you want Greaves to make a bite attack?
That's not non-lethal.
Also, wargs have really powerful jaws. If you-
That's true.
she
Greaves
bites
just gonna
him
rip
in
the
the junk,
fucking junk
yeah.
off. It's the most unusual combat. Can Steno one-handed pull rope out of her bag to attempt to tie him up?
To do a manipulate action, you have to release the grapple.
God damn it. And then he's gonna run. And then she's gonna have to throw another fucking rock at him. Okay, she's going to command Greaves to basically get in between his feet to trip him up, basically, if he tries to move. And she's going to release the grapple to grab rope.
All right.
Grapple requires at least one free hand, so that assumes that you can use the other hand.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
since
But-
you have grapple pulled open, what's his escape ability?
Fortitude, DC. But also, success is grappled until the end of your next turn, so you have one thing to do before you have to make another grapple check.
Okay.
So that's where you want to pull out your rope?
Yeah, she's going to pull out the rope.
Alrighty.
This is a really weird combat.
So you want Greaves to try to make a trip attack on him?
I want Greaves to ready an action to make a trip attack on him.
Alright.
So if he tries to run, she can use her furry body between his legs to trip him.
And then, how many actions does the escape attempt take on there? Does it have it there?
Are we just using the standard
I
war?
don't know if there really is an
power down.
escape attempt. Let's see. Critical success is when they allow the escape attempt, but just a success, it just defaults to the fact that they are released by the end of the next turn. So there's not
Okay.
way to an escape.
So they should be able to, whenever grappled, you can do an escape artist when it comes to his turn on there. So that means that we get to go ahead and pull out the escape stuff. We finally get to get into skills. This is the joy of grappling. So that way, once it's learned, it's there.
Oh wait, no, I read that wrong. Unless you move or your opponent escapes. 470.
All right, Stena, what is your athletics bonus?
It's plus 11.
So that means your athletics DC is 21.
It is.
And so he is going to attempt to escape from your grapple and is unable to. So he tries kind of getting out of it, and he's not able to get away from that one.
She just have him strong-armed, like, across the shoulders or something?
Well, part of it is you kind of have him partially pinned because you were over him beforehand. And then,
She's got her foot on his chest, holding him down.
with him being unable to get away, you're going to get an attack of opportunity with your fist.
Okay.
Because he is going to pull out his weapon. He is restrained, but he is not pinned and immobile. So he's going to pull out his weapon on you.
So that's expert plus strength?
Yeah, so it's a fist.
Okay.
So you would treat it as a strength-based trained weapon.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 24.
24 hits.
6 damage.
So you slug the dude across the face. He takes 6 points of non-lethal. And then he's going to use his remaining action, and he is going to swing out his falchion at you. And
How badly does he miss?
what is your present AC?
23.
So you went out armored?
Yeah.
Okay. So he didn't critically fail, but he definitely missed. And so from the position that he's at, you're able to properly block with your armor from where you're at. And it's now your turn.
You're really making this much more difficult than you need to.
It's not my day!
It is not.
What you doing?
First she's got to punch him again because she's offended.
All right.
That's 27.
27 hits.
That does 7 more damage.
He is still up and conscious.
And then she is going to try to flip him to tie him up.
Okay, that will be another athletics check. So to take him from a grappled to the... So we see he'd be presently restrained, so you're trying to take him from restrained to immobilized.
30.
30 is enough to do it. In fact, 30 is enough to be able to critically do it. So you, from the position that you're at, you basically whip the rope a couple loops around, pull him tight, and you've got him right there over the elbows where he's at. And you have him in an immobilized state, and he is no longer able to effectively attack you where you're presently at.
Cool.
But he is still struggling.
She's got to put him on the horse and get on the horse.
Oh, he's not tied.
He is
yet.
still struggling.
Oh, okay.
So because you can have someone restrained like that, right? But he still has a sword. He's still
Okay, could she
fighting.
disarm him?
Well, you've already went to do the grapple. You didn't disarm him when you grappled him.
Oh.
So he still has a sword in his hand, but you did this nifty little technique, and you've got his arms pinned down. So the only actions that he can take is to attempt to escape.
Okay. Is it his turn?
It is his turn.
Okay.
And so that is...
I feel like the goblins have binoculars and they're watching this and taking bets or something.
They easily could be. He's able to take the falchion in his hand, and he's able to slice that part of the rope. He takes an opportunity to stand up, so he's getting up from his prone position.
So he gets an attack of opportunity with
That's
a fist.
correct. Is that the button, Stano?
Yeah, I rolled a 4. Just
definitely want to go ahead and put this man down, don't you?
Yeah, that's a 28.
28 hits.
That's 8 damage.
So he's got a couple marks on his face. You can see some initial bruising beginning. And then it looks like he takes your full measure.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, at this point, since he's already stood up, he now begins bolting.
Greaves after him.
So you have Greaves begin going after him. So Greaves begins chasing him down.
And Greaves has a speed of 40.
Yep.
Did Greaves not do their...
No, because basically the prepared action ends at the end of my next turn.
Greaves begins going after and does a hell of a bite.
Ooh, don't kill him. Oh god, did Greaves kill him?
Nah. But she is nipping at his heels, and she has definitely drawn blood from him. She seems to have a kind of a zest for it at this point. And it is your turn. What do you want to do?
Sena will chase after with her war mace. She's gonna pull out her war flail.
Okay. All right, you'll get your
She's
strike.
going to make a non-lethal strike. Do I need to take anything away from the attack?
I will say -2.
Okay.
I think it might be -4, but we'll go with -2.
That's 21.
21 hits.
So that does 14 damage.
So he is still up, and so that takes all of your actions, so you won't be able to direct Greaves this turn on that one. And then he will roundabout. He now looks like he takes your full measure, and it looks like he's trying to go in for a precise strike against you. What is your present AC?
23.
So he's able to hit you, and he's hitting you with the falchion, and he is able to hit you back for 19 points of damage from the sword.
You know, she was being really nice.
And since he happens to be essentially right up a tree, he then begins using his tree climbing kit that he's got, and he is now bounding up the tree for about half his speed. But it moves out of your attack range, provoking another attack of opportunity.
She's gonna attack for too with a fucking war flail.
Yes, she is. Is that another button? Can you not let him get away?
My pride's on the line.
Ah, Chalaxian pride.
Yeah, okay. That is a 33. That's a critical hit.
33 definitely critically hits. Is that a natural 20?
Yes, it is. So let me roll my 2d10 plus 8.
And was this a lethal strike? Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And this is your war flail, right?
Oh, that's gonna be crunchy.
It does bludgeoning damage. Oh boy.
Some bones be breaking.
How much damage do you do?
23.
23 points of damage.
So he's probably realized that she's not fucking around anymore.
So as you swing your war flail, you think that you were trying to get him right in his knees, basically.
Uh-huh.
But one of the balls goes up.
Okay.
And because of that, and the range of it, and with him being kind of crouched a little bit on the tree,
Okay.
it goes directly into his spleen,
Oh.
Oh.
cracking a rib into it, and he is now suffering from internal bleeding.
Well, that
He is
sucks.
also now dropped to 0, and is now bleeding out in front of you from internal bleeding.
Well, fuck.
Do you happen to have a healer's kit on you?
No.
Do you want to try to stabilize him?
Yes?
How do you...
skill is that?
That's medicine. Are you trained
Use
in medicine?
Nature?
Do you have the feat that allows you to use nature as medicine?
No, she doesn't have natural medicine.
Then before your eyes, you see this red welt where your ball hits begin growing and growing.
No, that's not how that works.
And you see the pallor of his face begin to drop as you have just killed the man.
Well, fuck.
Well, it's really not his day.
He's just embarrassed himself to death.
She doesn't have an elixir of life on her either. Wait, has she been doing alchemical crafting?
Have we?
Yes? I think we said that we wanted her to start setting up her alchemical crafting.
Right. You've been setting up everything.
Alright.
Do you still have a healing potion?
Yes.
So you want to use a healing potion on him?
Yes, it's a moderate.
Oh my god, that's gonna... You better tie him up before you jam that down his throat.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
And then, what is the moderate healing potion?
So I believe the moderate is 3d8 plus 10. So he's wounded 1, technically at dying 2, once you get him restrained.
19 points.
So you have him... So you bring him back and he begins coughing, but you still have an issue. The bleeding damage isn't going away from the healing potion. Because of the broken rib, it's still lodged in his spleen. Every time he breathes, it continues to bleed.
Right, she's gonna get him into the Citadel to Deimos.
So you have 19 rounds to drag him into the Citadel.
Yeah, she's got 18 strength. She'll just pick him up and carry him in.
Okay.
Did you not
he's
ride out
back
with
and
a horse?
active.
What?
Did you not ride out there with a horse?
I did, but she didn't take the horse over. I don't know how far away the horse is.
The horse is 50 feet away from you.
Do that thing that they do in the movies. Do that. Do that.
That would be a handle animal. Do you have survival?
Yeah. She got a +10 to survival.
So
Wait, no, that's a nature. That handle animals
nature.
under nature.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's the same plus either way. Yeah, that's a 20.
So you can use an action to call the horse over, and then you can get that up and going. So he can still totally continue to struggle at this point.
Yeah. She's kind of going to vaguely ignore his struggles and go, Greaves, go alert Deimos that I need him.
Alright, so he goes from 0 to 19. For the first round, he finds himself at 18. Greaves will take at least 3 rounds to do that, and he is going to continue his wonderful struggles while he's there on the horse.
Do you really want to rupture your spleen further?
Honor! You think you understand a part of that? And he tries to get away. Continuing to fail, your ropes are still very tight, and he hasn't jumped off the horse yet. But he's got several attempts.
Okay.
And so now he is able, as you have the horse going, he bucks himself off the horse, and he's falling down. And so he's now standing up, and he's beginning to try to
Hop
bolt.
away?
Yep.
She's gonna get off the horse and basically slap it to have it go back in, and go pick him up and grapple him?
Okay, make your back grapple check.
This is ridiculous, Chris.
This man is determined to die.
He is. That is a 24.
This guy's being humiliated.
This is a 25, sorry.
All right, so you're able to grapple him back again.
She's gonna carry him up to the Citadel since apparently she can't ride the fucking horse.
All right, and what is your athletics DC is 21, right?
Yes.
So as soon as you get him up over your shoulder, he's able to buck himself up
I
off your shoulder.
swear!
And he's able to hop away 15 feet. So
Did she not make an attack of opportunity on his hobbling?
She's not gonna hit him again because he's gonna die. And she's trying not to kill him because if she kills him, then Taffy's gonna give her that sad puppy face again. And Deimos is gonna look vaguely disappointed. And
Do you have more rope?
Kazlin's probably gonna make a sassy comment. What are we gonna do with the other rope?
Just tie it around his feet and drag him.
Oh, you take damage for that?
Depends on how you drag him. If you drag them by the horse, probably.
No. Okay. That's a good idea. She's going to re-grapple him. Here's what I want to do. She wants to re-grapple him, tie a rope around his feet, so she can drag him up to the Citadel.
Okay.
What checks do I need to make to do this thing?
Start with that athletics grapple.
Alright. Yeah, that's a 25.
25. All right, you've got him grappled. And so you take your... you take a little bit more rope out from your pack.
I don't think you understand that I'm aware that you're dying, and I'm trying to make you not die.
Some things are worse than death.
Like what? Being healed by a bard?
I mean, no.
Oh, so you're going to take me to him.
Yes, and then we're going to tie you to a chair and leave you there.
Uh-oh.
I could always feed you to my warg, or my kobolds, or my troop of goblins.
Make an intimidation check.
15.
That is not enough to get him to change his tune on that
Whatever. She's still got him tied up. She's gonna start dragging him. Has Greaves gotten Deimos yet?
So, Deimos,
Yes.
you are... Where are you in the keep presently? Are you in your rooms?
Is it pretty late at night, or?
It was towards the end of the evening, yes. Normally you would be out and carousing around at this point.
Well, since he can't exactly leave at the moment because of everything going on, he's going to be chilling in the kitchen playing for whoever wants to listen.
So that's when you got your lyre and you're plucking out a few tunes at the table. At this point, you'll let you come up. Stano was looking for me, and then here comes Greaves, grabs you by the side and starts pulling you by your booty shorts.
Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going. Okay.
This is why I stay under beds.
Come on, Yolecha.
You're gonna bring the bugbear with you?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
It's important, come on.
So Yolecha's kind of keeping pace with you, her furry hands kind of moving back and forth, her ears flopping as she's running. And so it takes you a couple rounds, and Stano you see hauling over her shoulder, dragging by the rope, this dude who is not looking great. You can see that there's a sickly pallor to his skin as he's continuing to try to resist these ropes that's there.
Oh good, he brought Yolecha. I can feed him to her.
What is he?
He's a Twilight Knight. I need you to keep him from dying.
Okay. I guess a medicine check on the poor dumb fuck.
All right.
He's also a terrible liar. Are all Andorans terrible liars?
I got a standard 17, so that's 2d8.
It's treat wounds. Does he get...
So you're doing treat wounds? So you have to beat a 15, so that's 2d8.
And that takes care of the bleeding?
No, remember? You have to stop the bleeding.
Oh.
It's its own bleed effect because it came from your critical card.
Oh.
You have to specifically stop it either by taking him to full or using the stop bleeding. It's because he literally has a rib up in his pancreas, causing the internal bleed.
I thought it was spleen.
Spleen, excuse me.
What is this?
It's still a 15.
Okay,
But
then we're doing stop bleed first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to re-roll for just
Hit points?
Yep.
Points? Okay. Well, he doesn't get that one with the 14.
14?
But he stopped bleeding.
He's not dying anymore.
Excellent.
He doesn't need hit points.
So you're able to... it's actually a really messy surgery that you have to get down there to do that.
No.
In the dirt.
Because what you have to get in there and do, right? With him there restrained, absolutely no anesthetic, you take that scalpel and you have to slice open through the abdominal cavity to be able to pull the rib up out of the way that's fractured. That obviously has taken the beating from a war flail. And then you have to get in there and essentially suture up the segment there to be able to get the initial internal bleeding stopped.
I don't know what happened. He just fell out of the tree.
Looks like you war flailed him.
I
I don't
own
blame-
a war flail.
Sano, you know I don't blame you for war flailing him.
Do I get to eat him, boss?
No.
Not yet.
Are you
Oh, I
sure?
wanted you to keep an eye on the front door.
Oh.
For people like this.
Oh.
You see the outfit?
Do I get to eat the next one?
Yeah, if there's a
Yes.
next one.
Can I taste this one first?
No.
No,
We're
need
going
him.
to interrogate him.
All right.
Depending on how it goes, you might get to keep him. We'll see.
Oh.
Damn, Damos got savage.
And
he's,
so as
he's
you
not happy.
as you continue to drag him away, you see Yolecha take two of her fingers and scoop up a little bit of the blood smear from where Damos was done and takes it and just puts it on the tip of her tongue. Salty.
Okay, Yolecha. I don't think he'd actually feed someone to Yolecha, but it's a fun threat.
All right, so you have this captured individual.
Is this an act of war? No. Damos, what do you think?
I don't think it's an act of war, but this situation is great.
Well, he's fine.
Stanos, give me a society check.
To see if it's an act of war.
Well, now that you have him in the lights,
23.
with everything going on, you realize this dude is an Iskari bounty hunter. He is hired help.
Explains a lot.
You're not even No wonder you were terrible at this.
Well, I found him.
Do you think you're leaving Citadel Alta right now?
I don't know.
Can this be perfectly timed for the goblins to come back from hunting something?
Does Stano let Damos know that this man is not?
Yes.
It's like, oh, yeah, I don't care what we do with them anymore. I just don't want us to, murder a Twilight Knight and have to deal with the repercussions. I don't care what you do, bounty hunter.
Does that mean I get to eat him?
No, Yolecha.
We're still interrogating him.
What about after?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Can I have another taste?
No, Yolecha.
Not right now.
What about a finger?
No, Yolecha.
He doesn't need that rib, right?
Is
the
it out
one
of his
we
body?
just pulled out of him?
Right. Can I
Yeah,
hit?
go chew on it.
Does he no longer have the rib?
Well,
Delos
Delos
just pulled it the fuck out.
I mean, it's broken. Otherwise, it'd just be floating around in his body.
I don't think that's how that works.
He's a half Marilyn Manson.
That's it. Anyway. As you can see, we were not kidding around about the bugbear.
That would be pretty intimidating, I would say.
Yeah, that is pretty intimidating.
What is this bounty hunter?
So,
He was
what
just
do you
talking
wanna
about
know?
honor and things worse than death.
Yeah.
He's just a.
Fuck does he care? That's my first question.
Phrase it.
You were so concerned with honor, you're not even a Twilight Knight. What is your obsession?
It's going to be hard to get work now.
Ah. It is. That's fine. Most people don't tend to survive when they come up against me.
And who are you?
None of your business.
Okay.
In any
Well,
case,
now that you have me, what do you want?
why are you after our bard?
A job.
That's it?
Yeah.
How much gold were they paying you?
100.
100 gold
Mm-hmm.
for this bard. Look at him. Look at his shorts.
They did say beware the fringe benefits.
Hmm?
Is Deimos fringe benefits?
Who sent you?
You'll have to probably do a diplomacy check.
Diplomacy.
Or you could try intimidation.
I don't have intimidation. I have diplomacy and deception.
Stano has intimidation.
Deimos isn't intimidating. 16 plus 11,
Kinda like it, yeah.
so 27.
And phrase your question?
Who sent you?
Well, it was a job posting. So, the guild.
They didn't give you a name?
It was for information.
Who are you
Look.
reporting to?
The guild out in Eldian,
Cetacini and Isker?
capital.
Right. Are there more of you that took this job posting, or is it just you?
Well, it's hard to tell. I'm looking for Demos, the smuggler.
Oh, fuck
What?
me.
The smuggler.
Not the Andoran.
Well, we don't know what nationality he is.
Oh my god. This is the wrong Demos.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Demos with a bloodthirsty party of brigands taking over a keep and...
Do I look like a brigand?
You hit like one?
He's just going to slap
That's
his
fair.
hand to this idiot's face. It's like, do I look like whatever the hell that is?
You
No,
have
you
the-
look like a bard.
You're calling about...
Exactly.
You're trying to find the one that's trying to argue against her magistrates, correct?
Yeah. I thought an Andoran would be the
No.
perfect one.
You have the wrong Demos.
Oh.
This is Nico Demos.
Do you know there's a bounty on your head for 200 gold?
What?
Why is there more gold on me than...
Dead or alive?